everyone, welcome to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. In this video, we are going to start a brand new chapter from class 11 named Animal Kingdom. This channel, Biophilia, needs your help to grow and reach out to many more people who need our help in studies. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel and help to reach out many more people. Once again, I welcome you all to our channel, and let's now start with a new chapter, Plant Kingdom. A Plant Kingdom is going to be a chapter which is somewhere related to the chapter Biological Classification. Biological Classification में हमने various kingdoms पढ़े थे, जिसमें से एक kingdom था that was Kingdom Plantae. So when the videos for biological classification बनाए गए थे on our channel Biophilia, I had told you that plant kingdom would be discussed in detail in a separate chapter. So these are the videos wherein the kingdom Plantae is going to be discussed in detail. So I will link down the videos for the previous chapter जो था biological classification, so that you can revise or even understand the rest of the kingdoms. But for now, plant kingdom जो है वो यहाँ पे डिस्कस होगा. So plant kingdom जो है उसके अंदर members कौन से होंगे? Members are going to be the plants. So plants जो है उनके कुछ characteristics होते हैं. They show some characters that are going to be studied for the introduction to the members. अब plants जो होते हैं उनके बारे में you know already about them, but let's collect all the knowledge and place it at one place so that it is easier to grasp the basis of the chapter. So first जो plants होते हैं they are going to be the autotrophic organisms. Autotrophic यानी एक by word you can go and describe, so that there would be a revision, and people those who do not remember what is autotrophic, that is they can make their self food, they can prepare their own food. So that is the meaning of autotrophic mode of nutrition. So again plants आपको पता है कि they cannot move, so they are non-motile, वो multicellular होते हैं, they are eukaryotes. So eukaryotes यानी क्या होता है? They have true nucleus, and with the nucleus they mean they have nuclear membrane. उनके पास nuclear membrane present होंगी, that means they are eukaryotic cells. Over that उनके पास central large vacuoles होते हैं, very important with reference to plant cells. अब ये large central vacuoles जो होते हैं they are going to move the nucleus towards the periphery of the cell. So जो large cells होते हैं, plant cells होते हैं, उनके पास होती है cell membrane and the cell wall. बीच में बहुत बड़ा सा vacuole होने की वजह से the nucleus is going to be shifted towards the periphery. So that is because of the large central vacuoles. अब जो plants होते हैं उनके पास होते हैं photosynthetic pigments. Now these photosynthetic pigments are going to be called as chlorophylls. So because of chlorophylls they are going to absorb the light energy और convert होगा into chemical energy so that the food can be prepared by their own. अब chlorophylls absent होते हैं in the case of animals, जिसकी वजह से they are heterotrophic, they cannot make their own food. Now the plants they are going to have different structures. So these structures are going to be for anchorage, that is to hold the plant in various environmental conditions ताकि वो गिर ना जाए, to have support. Then for reproduction, for support, and even for photosynthesis. So in सब चीजों के लिए there are going to be various structures, and these structures are going to be made up of many cells. So the body is going to be multicellular. अब generally plant जो होते हैं they are going to reproduce sexually. So asexual modes भी होते हैं, but they can also have sexual modes of reproduction. So these were some of the characteristics of plant kingdom. Now let's move on with the next. So यहाँ पे you can see many photographs which look green in color, and you as a notion think that all green colored substances are plants. So you are right at some of the cases कि सारे green color के दिखने चीजें are about plants, but all these many different varieties of green substances called plants, उनको study करना is not easy. As you can see in these photographs, there are various differences in them जिनको study करने के लिए there should be some systematic approach. So that systematic approach is going to be the classification systems. So it becomes important for us to understand these systems or various methods ताकि हमारी आगे की study easy हो. So let's about these classification systems. So इतने सारे plants जो है, there were so many plants and उनको study करने के लिए the classification was needed. So that classification was first time introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. So Carolus Linnaeus ने artificial classification को introduce किया and it was his earliest attempts in the mode of classification. So ये classification जो था, it was basically on the gross morphological characters. And morphological characters क्या होते हैं? These are the visible characteristics. So all those characters which are visible by you, यानी आपके सामने 2-3 plants रख दिए जाए, so what is the first thing you would use to differentiate them? वो कैसे दिखते हैं? So that are nothing but the morphological characteristics. So it can be the color of the stem, उनके leaves कैसे है, या वो कितने height के है, और all those things which are visible to you without any other instruments needed, उन्हीं के basis पे the first attempts was done to classify. अब ऐसे classification के time पे there was equal weightage given to the vegetative as well as the sexual characteristics. So vegetative characters कौन से थे? Like root, stem and leaves, and sexual characters were the flowers or the fruits. Those were the sexual characters of the plant. So all those was the very previous, very primitive type of classification. So because of which there were some drawbacks for this classification system. So first drawback क्या था? It was that it separated closely related species, and since they were based on a very few characters जो बहुत कम थे, बाहर से बहुत कम चीजें दिखती है, and there are many more things which can be differentiated when you start looking them in detail. So because of which closely related species of plants को separate किया गया था, and that was not the correct way of classification. So that was a drawback for artificial classification. Second बड़ी गलती हो गई थी, that was when you are giving equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characters, the problem comes कि जो vegetative characters होते हैं, they are going to be easily affected by the environmental factors. So environmental factors जैसे बहुत धूप बढ़ गई, the leaves are going to droop down, उनका color change हो जाएगा from green to yellow. So vegetative characters are going to be very easily affected. So वो बहुत जल्दी change हो सकते हैं to adapt to the environmental conditions. So vegetative characters और sexual characters को equal weightage देना was not a good step ahead in the classification system. So all those reasons led to be discontinuation of the artificial classification. अब इसको समझने के लिए you can see over here, I can give you example. जैसे you can see here 2 plants. You can see lavender and mint. So अगर आपको ये 2 plants बताए जाए and if you are asked कि आप बताओ इनको सिर्फ बाहर से देखकर whether they belong to same family or not. So if you for the first time see these plants, जैसे Carolus Linnaeus के लिए ये first time था, if he would have seen these 2 plants कि उनका तो बोले lavender को purple flowers है, उनके leaves are not similar to mint plant leaves, and because of all the morphological characters they are not similar, Carolus Linnaeus ने क्या किया होता? He would have placed lavender and mint into different families. So different families में रखा, but as per current studies, you know that lavender and mint are going to be belonging to the same family, that is Lamiaceae family. So उस टाइम पे अगर आपने सिर्फ बाहरी कैरेक्टर्स को देखकर डिसाइड कर लिया होता तो आज ये दोनों सेम फैमिली में नहीं होते एंड इट वुड बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द सिमिलैरिटीज. बट बिकॉज ऑफ एडवांसमेंट इन क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम्स, now as per recent studies, lavender and mint, even though they look different, they are placed into the same family. So that was a little idea to give कि अगर ये सारे drawbacks है, and that was a identification so that you can understand it a bit better. सेकेंड मेथड जो है दैट इज नेचुरल क्लासिफिकेशन. अब नेचुरल क्लासिफिकेशन जो था, it was given by George Bentham and Joseph Hooker. Now this is going to be an important MCQ कि natural classification किसने दिया था. So it is by the Bentham and Hooker. Now natural classification जो था, it was based on the natural affinities among the various organisms. So अब इन लोगों ने क्या क्लासिफाई करने के लिए यूज किया, they had understood that external as well as internal features are required to be studied to undergo a better classification. So जैसे लिनियस ने सिर्फ बाहरी कैरेक्टर्स, एक्सटर्नल मॉर्फोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर्स देखे, but in natural classification Bentham and Hooker also paid attention to the internal features. So internal features जैसे अल्ट्रा स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द सेल, सेल्स के डिफरेंसेस देखे, द एनाटॉमी ऑफ the structures of the plants, embryology को study किया, phytochemistry, the phyto means what? Phyto means plant, so there was a study of plant chemistry as well, and all those led to a better step in the natural classification. Next classification system जो आया, that was the phylogenetic classification system. अब ये system introduce किया गया by Agar and Prantil, Hutchinson and Takhtajan. Now these were the people who understood that there needs to be some relation for the evolutionary also. So evolutionary relationships को भी understand किया गया and it was included in the phylogenetic classification system. अब it is important कि evolutionary relationships की बात हो तो it is going to be a MCQ to understand it is phylogenetic classification. So evolutionary relationships को जब study किया गया, so they understood that there are organisms which are going to have same taxa, जिनका taxa same है, जो एक group में आते हैं, they are going to have common ancestors. यानी अगर आपको पता है कि monkeys and humans are classified under same group, then monkeys and humans should have some common ancestor. So that was under the evolutionary relationships given under the phylogenetic classification system. अभी जो बहुत सारे एडवांसमेंट हुए इन साइंस एंड देयर वर मेनी मोर प्रोग्रेसेस, अलग अलग ब्रांचेस इन्वॉल्व हुए अंडर this taxonomy, that is classification systems. So study wherein the classification identification is undergoing, that is taxonomy. So various departments were under यूज किए गए. सो बायोलॉजी में दैट इज क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स में जब कंप्यूटर्स का यूज हुआ, दैट वाज द व्हेन numerical taxonomy started. So it is also called as phonetics. So आपको क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है that phonetics क्या होता है, and even you can be given the other name, that is numerical taxonomy. So in both the cases you should know कि numerical taxonomy या phonetics में computers use होते हैं, and in the computers there are going to be numbers and codes. अब ये numbers और codes जो होते हैं उनको assign किया जाता है for observable characteristics. For example plus use हुआ, minus use हुआ, यहाँ पे अभी तक कोई research नहीं हुई है and you don't know the what is the correct data, in that case zero can be used. So ऐसे various characteristics को code assign या number assign करते हैं, and each character is given equal importance. Each character will be given equal importance, and because of this category जहाँ पे computers use हुए, there was a lot more scope to study hundreds of characters at a single time. तो बहुत सारे चीज़ों को एक साथ देखा गया, कंपैरिजन इजी हुआ, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच द क्लासिफिकेशन वाज टर्निंग टुवर्ड्स अ बेटर कंडीशन, और उसकी वजह से द स्टडी हैड बीन इम्प्रूव्ड. Just like we studied about phonetics, जिसने numbers और codes using computers help किया under classification, even the study of cytological information, जैसे chromosome numbers को study किया गया, the structures of the cell and its components, the behavior, all those were studied under the cytotaxonomy, जिसने भी help किया to understand the similarities and differences to classify the various प्लांट कैटेगरीज. फिर साइटोटैक्सोनॉमी में जैसे सेल इंफॉर्मेशन को यूज किया गया, वैसे कीमोटैक्सोनॉमी में केमिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स ऑफ द प्लांट्स वाज यूज्ड. नाउ दीज आर द टू important points जहाँ पे MCQs पूछे जाते हैं. So mainly majority of people forget about the chromosome number. So chromosome number जो है that is going to belong to cytotaxonomy. It is not related to chemotaxonomy. So that is going to be a important MCQ जो आपको याद रखना है. So chemotaxonomy में क्या आता है? Chemotaxonomy में there is going to DNA sequencing. So DNA को sequence किया गया, DNA study किया, so they we understood there are proteins in the cell. So chemical nature of various proteins were identified. There were crystals found, जैसे calcium oxalate है, calcium carbonate है. So presence and absence and various other crystals, aromatic compounds, ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें जो chemicals से related थी, all those were studied and helped to differentiate between the various and bring them together if they had some similarities, or separate them if they had differences. So all these various categories helped under to classify the various plants. एंड नाउ विथ ऑल दोज एडवांसेस हमारे पास एक सिस्टम है जहाँ पे हम क्लासीफाई करते हैं द किंगडम प्लांटे. So after many advances, many contributions to classify various plants, अब हमारे पास एक stable classification है for the kingdom plantae that we are going to discuss over here. अब kingdom plantae जैसे हमें पता है kingdom is going to be a large category. अब kingdom को हम various groups में divide कर सकते हैं to further see about the similarities and differences of those organisms. So सबसे बड़ा सबको कंबाइन करने वाला होता है किंगडम. सो किंगडम जिसमें सारे प्लांट्स आते हैं दैट इज किंगडम प्लांटे. अब किंगडम प्लांटे को अगर फर्दर डिवाइड करना हो सो इट विल बी इनटू टू सब किंगडम्स. सब किंगडम्स कौन से? द क्रिप्टोगैम्स एंड द फेनेरोगैम्स. अब क्रिप्टोगैम्स जो होते हैं उनको कॉमनली बोलते हैं सीडलेस प्लांट्स, यानी ऐसे प्लांट्स जिनको सीड्स प्रोड्यूस नहीं होते हैं, दे ऑल विल कम अंडर द cryptogams. And all those plants who have seeds, or you can say they are the seed bearing plants, वो classify होते हैं under phanerogams. Now cryptogams यानी seedless plants को अगर further divide करना हो, so they are divided into 3 divisions. First होता है thallophyta, second bryophyta, pteridophyta. So these are the 3 divisions for the subkingdom cryptogams. अब thallophyta जो होता है that is division, it is further smalled, that is into class algae. So algae is going to be a group, that is a class जहाँ पे thallophytes होंगे यानी flat bodies होंगे. Then bryophytes, उनका भी फर्दर डिवीजन होता है, बट एज वी डू नॉट हैव टू स्टडी अबाउट देम इन डिटेल एट दिस लेवल, वी आर गोइंग टू स्किप इट्स क्लासिफिकेशन. बट ब्रायोफाइट डिवीजन के भी फर्दर क्लासेस होते हैं. Then for Pteridophyta, there are going to be 4 classes, that is Lopsida, Lycopsida, Cephalospida and Pteridopsida. So these 4 classes are going to be for the Pteridophyta division. अब seed bearing plants जो है that is सब kingdom phanerogams, उसमें भी 2 divisions होते हैं, that is gymnosperms and angiosperms. अब gymnosperms को अगर short में अगर commonly क्लासिफाई करना हो, so these are nothing but naked seed plants. अभी हमें पता है that they are the divisions or the classification of phanerogams, that is seed bearing. So दोनों के पास gymnosperms as well as angiosperms both are going to have seeds, but what is the difference between? जो gymnosperms होते हैं they will have naked seed, that means they have no covering. वो seeds covered नहीं होंगे, that is they are naked seeds. और अगर वो seeds covered है, so if they have covered seeds then they come under the angiosperms. अब covered है, so किससे covering होगी? Covering होंगी with the help of ovary. So presence or absence of ovary has been utilized to further classify the phanerogams. अब gymnosperms जो होते हैं उनको further classes में divide किया गया as साइकेडोफाइटा एंड कोनिडोफाइटा. वैसे ही एंजियोस्पर्म्स को भी डिवाइड किया फर्दर इनटू डाइकोटिलिडोनी एंड मोनोकोटिलिडोनी. सो दिस क्लास वाज बेस्ड ऑन नंबर ऑफ कोटिलिडॉन्स. सो कितने कोटिलिडॉन्स प्रेजेंट है यानी सीड में कितने parts है, on that basis it was divided. So this was the overview of the chapter, you can say. ये पूरा classification है जो हमें study करना है in the further parts of the chapter. So first हमें पढ़ना है about algae, then we have to study about bryophytes, then about pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. ऐसे करके we are going to cover the entire chapter. And this was a little introduction to the chapter, that is classification कैसे progress हुआ, and finally what sort of classification till we have reached, and this can also be used as a summary flow chart for the entire chapter. So आगे के videos में हम cover करेंगे about thallophytes and all those other divisions of the kingdom Plantae. Till then, if you liked our video, अगर आपको सब समझ में आ रहा है and you appreciate our efforts to make you understand and help you out in your studies, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bell icon को ज़रूर hit कर देना so that you get notified for the upcoming part of the chapter. Till then, meet you soon and keep studying, keep smiling. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe Biophilia. Thank you.